let's see. We got some music now.
See, there's time to forgive, and I promise you I will wait for that day.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Ricky 365. My name is Rick, and this is your channel. So today with us we have Lisa on the chat room, and we are waiting for Diesel. So Diesel, if you're watching, more than welcome to join. Let's go. There we go, you're there. For a second I lost your picture, but we are back. Pretty good. So we've been having some good turnarounds when it comes to this, you know. So we just need to keep it the same way. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're watching for the first time, my name is Rick. Her name is Lisa, and we are here just trying to do the best we can to bring awareness to what's going on around the country to you guys. So we have somebody on the chat room. Jersey Linda, welcome to the chat room. Thank you so much for joining. Harvey S is on the chat room as well. So today is gonna be a little different, guys. We're gonna have a little bit of a open discussion between myself and Lisa and Diesel if he gets here. I'm not sure if he's gonna be here on time, but he's doing some personal things today, he mentioned. So he's probably gonna be here either later today or maybe tomorrow. But yeah, guys, what we're gonna be talking today, it's 8 minutes and 46 seconds as the first topic we're gonna talk, and the second one will be George Floyd autopsy. Looks like they have a second opinion, and the second opinion is coming to be a little bit controversial. Based on what we've seen online, and people are calling the second autopsy like questionable. So, but I am not expert. I'm not an expert. I think Lisa is more fluent on this topic. So let me put something on the background real quick, so we can start seeing what's happening across the country with the riots, and we start the conversation. So please share the channel if you can, and tell your friends to come here, join us in the conversation. We're gonna be opening the phone lines in about 5 minutes. What do you think? What do you think, Lisa? What do you think, Lisa? Open the phone lines. Can you hear me? Perfect. Okay. Music you're listening is from Epidemic Sound, so we on that shit. Amen. So give me a couple minutes to get this ready. We'll be good to go, guys, okay? Perfect. Oh, we are live. It's happening, guys. It's happening.
I'm already curious as to Black Lives Matter started.
So what we're showing right now on the TV, guys, is from New York, guys. New York. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not going to be pretty, man. Those guys are going crazy. Lisa, I was talking to some of my coworkers today, and then the main consensus between us is that not everybody is 100% on the whole these looters. They're just doing more damage to what's happening than anybody else. It's just crazy.
There's no, I mean, I don't see how this is going to end well or any me. I'm doing that.
Yeah, it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary. This happened right here. This right here that you're seeing, guy, happened today in New York. Okay, it's not a live stream. It's just happened today. I got a popsicle because I got braces on the bottom, and they hurt. Well, I've been having braces on the bottom for a minute, but they just put some spacers, and it hurts like a motherfucker. So this is the only way that I can get the pain go away. That's what my wife gave me today. So.
Our producer got hit.
That's cool of her.
Our producer got hit by
She take care of me.
projectile right there.
She take care of me, you know. She take care of me.
You okay? Come on, we gotta move here. Let's back up. Come on.
So,
We're gonna get back.
Minneapolis. What about Minneapolis? Jesus Christ.
We're gonna get to a safe spot here, Don. As they continue
What about
to-
Minneapolis?
We gotta move back, fellas. Come on. Let's move.
So, let's go to the, let's go talk about those 8 minutes, 46 seconds. Okay.
All right.
So sad, man, that, you know, we're bringing this right here, you know. 8 minutes, 46 seconds. I'm gonna lower the volume right here. And I'm about to open the phone lines in a second for you guys to see. So let me do this real quick.
Like it doesn't even look like America.
It's so sad, huh? It's so sad, you
I
know.
love to watch documentaries, and this looks like I'm watching, I don't know, the unrest in Ukraine, Hong Kong. It just doesn't break my heart.
It's something else, you know. I know that, you know, we have Arizona. Jesus Christ, what is going on? I don't know what people are doing in Denver protesting right now, you know? I bet you ask these people, hey, what are you protesting for? They'll be like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. John got killed, you know? You ask the big majority of these people here, and they'll be like, I don't know what's going on. I really don't know, you know? Cannot happen, so. So, Lisa, 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Let me open the phone line so people can talk. It's very important for that.
It's like I'm really lagging. Do you see that?
Let me take a quick look. Yes. Let's see if
Is
I
it
can.
me? Do I need to switch?
I think it's kind of you. I'm gonna see if I can put a filter on it. 1 second. I think I got you. You will see now they change. I just changed the gamma a little bit. So let me put this on the background here a little bit. So what we're seeing right here behind us, this is Denver, guys. Okay, for the one of you guys that are questioning, this is Denver, guys.
So it's like really.
So
Maybe I should just switch to audio.
you said what?
I said maybe I should switch to audio only. It just, I don't know.
Oh no, I just changed it. You look pretty good now. Well, it's better now.
It doesn't look better. It looks like I'm still.
Oh, that's what you mean. That is correct. You're correct, Lisa. God damn it. You want to switch to audio then?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me try. I might, you know what though? I might lose you though.
That's okay. Just get back to it.
Let me.
You want to use the same picture from yesterday? Guys, we're having some technical difficulties, so sorry for that, okay? Let me get Lisa, where are you?
Audio. Yeah, I guess you're just gonna have to put me on what do you call it?
Let's see if I can find that picture from yesterday. Gotcha. Right here. So, the heck, that's a big picture. People are getting a big snapshot of you right now. Boom. Perfect. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, let me open the phone lines. Jesus Christ, so people can talk.
Yeah.
We are good to go. We are good to go. We are good to go. So, I mean, it's so sad, that that we have to come, to this extent. Okay, I think I am good to go now, guys. I think I'm good to go. Okay, bear with me in a minute. So 8 minutes and 46 seconds, guys. Well, what I want to talk to you guys about this is that I saw the second autopsy report, okay? And the second autopsy report shows that the deceased George Floyd, okay, they have him dying half of the time. They're saying that right under 4 minutes he was dead, and I was like, it wasn't dead. I think I saw him talking. He was talking and screaming, and he's sad. Sorry to say that. On minute number 6, but the autopsy, it doesn't say that. Okay, if we look at the autopsy, it says something total different. Okay, total different. The autopsy was done by Dr. Michael Baden, who's been in other cases. Lisa, you were mentioning yesterday that he was also hired to do other high-profile autopsies. Is that correct?
Yeah. He did. Well, he was a expert witness in the OJ case and the Phil Spector case. He also did the autopsy for, can't think of it right now, but a few other like police brutality cases that made the news. So, yeah, he's been around the block.
Lisa's saying, Linda's saying that she was an EMT, and then she pretty much, she don't care about the autopsies, which is, I get it, makes sense. She says that she was an EMT, and if you stop breathing, your lungs stop, which affects your heart. Your heart will stop. So she was an EMT. So Linda, we cannot disagree with you, man. We cannot disagree with you. She said, in my opinion, that was a murder. No other words for it. It's crazy, man. I mean, it's so crazy,
So, all right, Jersey Linda, I do have a
Hey,
question
guys.
for you.
Hey, TJ, welcome back to the show, brother.
Jersey Linda, if the heart is stopped and let's say you give the person CPR to try to revive them, can doing CPR cause some internal bruising to the tissue even after the body has expired?
You know
Can
what?
you hear me okay?
Yeah, one of the things that I've seen right now is that most of the live feeds that we're getting on social media about the protests are from helicopters, or for like other type of camera. It's
Well, it's
just
definitely not the news channels.
yeah. Well, the news channels, the only thing they want to show you is what makes people just clinch into the chairs and stay looking at it, the whole thing. In reality, they just want you to stay connected. Watching their ads is one of those things, guys. So, hey guys, if you guys don't know, the number on the screen, 520-261-7246, is open. If you want to talk to us, just give us a call. It's going to take a couple seconds to make sure that I QC you, make sure you're not trying to, say something crazy, and we'll get you live on the stream, guys. Okay, this is the place where you come and then you can give your own opinions. Okay. We're not going to stop you from doing, we're only going to stop people that are trying to like troll crazy, But it doesn't matter if you're conservative or liberal. You can give us a call and we let you through, okay?
Where's this playing at? Where's
this one is San Antonio. This is San Antonio right here. So I was like, I'm sorry, Washington, D.C. The one on the background was San Antonio. This is Washington, D.C. So it's one of those things. I was looking at this meme earlier today on Facebook, and then this kid has like somehow stolen from one of the stores like a statue worth over $85,000. I was like, what in the hell?
Do with that? The second you sell it, you're busted. Like, what are you gonna do with that?
I want to point something out real quick. I know you guys probably gonna be looking at this news right here. I know you guys seen this earlier. I am showing you guys right now a picture on Facebook, okay? And that picture show different people. I think all of them are African Americans, and they are like they're coming probably from a grocery store or something. And I see people like smiling, happy, content. They are enjoying this. Oh, Jersey, Linda, thank you so much. You are so awesome, Linda.
Awesome, Jersey.
Thanks for being real.
Epic. So I see these guys right here, like coming out with, like detergents and probably some Fruit Loops. This right here is giving so much negative PR to Fruit Loops. If you have, everybody knows, this is like
everybody knows Fruity Pebbles is way better than Fruit Loops. Like, come on, you can't even loot right.
Fruity Pebbles is the way to go, it's one of those things, right? But people, I was talking to people at work today, and they were like, yeah, they're just looting, they're just looters, scums. X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, oh man, but we should not, treat these people like this. That maybe they're really hungry, maybe they needed this, but people, they don't agree with me. So it's one of those things.
They probably are hungry considering the food bank has already been looted.
Yeah.
Charities can't help out because they've already been looted.
That is so crazy, we're trying to help America move forward. We're trying to get these guys to understand that these kind of manifestations are not going to give them anything. Maybe true, Rick, but we need to be negative towards looting in general. TJ is saying this is going to perpetuate the stereotypes for some people, unfortunately. Let me tell you something, and I've been saying this. The whole day to people. I've been doing some research, and I've been, taking a look at, things that are going on across America. And then, can you believe that 90% of the lootings are happening in poor neighborhoods? Poor neighborhoods, ran by Democrats.
That's where it always happens.
Yeah.
Of course, I can believe it.
Poor neighborhoods ran by Democrats. And then I asked myself, let me think a little bit more about this. Let me think about a little bit more about this. And the one thing that comes to my mind, Lisa, okay, is that how do we win elections? Do we win election by popular vote, or we win elections by electoral college? So the president doesn't care. He cares to a point, but when the president sees this right here, he's like, oh, Minnesota, ran by Democrats. He'd be talking to the press secretary like, yeah, okay, yeah, just put some tweets, you know. We have some riots in Los Angeles. He'd be like talking to his chief of police on Washington. Put a tweet, you know. This is not going to affect at all the elections of November. Okay, what's going to happen in November is that the 20% of white Americans, or Caucasian people that didn't vote for Trump, they are so scared that this will come to the neighborhood, to the nice neighborhoods, for say that, and and they're gonna go out and they're gonna vote. So I mean, they're gonna get the election anyway, you know. And who he's running against? Joe Biden. Just think about that. He's running against Joe Biden, the same guy that tells black Americans, if you ain't voting for me, you ain't black enough. You know? I was like, damn.
Among other things.
Among other things, you know? You know, it's just crazy.
I'm going to tell you this right now. So, first of all, now I'm not a Biden supporter. I think Biden is a racist, and I think he's a bigot, and I think that it is so ingrained in his personality that he doesn't even think or realize the things he says and does. So I'm not a Biden supporter, but
Wow.
I will predict that Biden will win. What do you think about that?
I mean, you know, I think he's after he served with President Obama. By the way, amazing president, you know. I think he just got to he's complacent, you know. I think he really believes that the minorities in America, Hispanics and blacks, owe him for whatever reason, you know. I think he believes that we owe him our vote, and I disagree with that, you know. I don't think that we owe him, you know. They should go. They should.
Not even that.
Tell me.
I think that he thinks that he's better. I think he does look at people of color as beneath him
Oh shit.
and towering over them, and he's going to say whatever he wants to say, you know, to keep them around. It's no different than the slave master talking to the slaves on the plantation to keep them from fleeing.
Well,
I'm just going to put it out there. I mean, this is a man who called Robert Byrd his leader, his boss, and his friend. So, sorry, Biden he is racist, he is the bigot, and they're not gaps. It's truly how he feels.
okay.
He may not have meant to say it publicly.
You know, the one thing I want to say to you, Lisa, I think they called the president today or yesterday tweeting about something. You know, let me figure it out real quick. So okay, so he tweeted something and he ended the tweet saying, "When the riot starts, the shooting starts," and then they were talking very negative about that tweet.
I think that they took it the wrong way. I think that they take a lot of things that he says the wrong way, or I'm sorry, they pretend to take it the wrong way. Trump is a public figure. He's been a public figure since I've been alive, and we've all heard him speak for decades. You learn his vernacular, so you know how he speaks, you know how he talks. But it doesn't matter. They're gonna just take it and run with it. And I just don't think that he meant it the way that they portrayed it. But it is true, after looting, people start getting shot. And what do you know? People started getting shot.
Yeah, everything goes back to 1967. Okay, 1967, a Miami police officer, Chief Walter Hitley, used the phrase, "When the looting starts, the shooting starts." during hearings about crime in Florida City, invoking angry reaction from civil rights leaders, according to a news report at the time. Thank you, Google. So it looks like this guy, this chief police, Walter Hadley, was racist, and he made the statement. But then I think that everything that President Trump tweets about, it's taken out of context, and then every single phrase he gets. Oh, let me Google this. Who else say this? How can we link what he said to somebody else to affect his persona, to affect his image to the people? And what I see is that, if he says good morning, and we get a clip from Hitler saying good morning, they're gonna say, oh, he quoted Hitler by saying this, so he is, he's the worst thing for America. So it's dumb,
Right. And I hate that they're always like comparing him to Hitler and other dictators. They have it all wrong. I can give you 3 examples that makes Barack Obama more of a dictator, a legit dictator. And I can't do the same for Trump. Trump can barely even get his agenda done, because anything that he tries to do, the left goes straight to the courts to try to block him. So I don't see how anybody can say he's a dictator when he can barely get anything done, because he has so much opposition.
He went last night. He went out of his way to go to a church, San Augustine Church, right next to the White House, to take a picture. That was the purpose of him walking, to the church, to take a picture with the Bible, to represent, hey, we are behind you. We are supporting, George Floyd and his family. We are doing what we can from the White House. And people went like, oh, he's doing this, just to take a picture. And I'm here looking at the whole thing like that was the whole point. The whole point was for him to take a picture, so he can post it on social media, so he can show to other people that he was there, in support of what's happening. Not because he was going to go to the church and pray and kneel down for 10 hours. I don't know if people know, but today they went out, and then what he was doing today, what Trump was doing today with his wife, he was doing. Let me see where I got him right here. He went to the St. John's Paul II. In honor, they went to this church, Catholic church, in honor to the life and legacy of Saint John Paul II at JP2 Shire today. And he says his passion and dedication for religious freedom is a legacy that we must protect for people around the world. So I was like, wow, that was very nice. That was very, very nice. But amid the violence that we're seeing, amid the looters, amid the protests, we have a president that is not how you call it. He's not just focused on what's wrong in America. He's keeping his eye open. He's taking time to do this in memoriams of the Pope and previous popes, and he's doing all the things. He's just not focusing on one thing. I believe that yesterday they call the family of George Floyd. Do you have anything on that?
No, I just know that he did call. He mentioned that he called in the press conference. I don't recall hearing anything about the family's reaction to the call, but I probably missed it. But that's good that he called. I'm a realistic person, and in my opinion, it doesn't matter to me whether a president, it doesn't have to be a Trump, it could be any president, whether a president calls when somebody dies, because people die all the time. And I hope that our president has a lot more to do than call people call their family when they die. So that part doesn't bother me. I know that the press is always talking about stuff like that, and to me, I'm just thinking, like, don't they have other things to do? Aren't they supposed to be running the country? But I'm also a soulless individual.
And again, guys, the phone line is open, guys, for you guys to call. If you guys want to put out, your 2 cents into the stream today, this is the place where you do it, guys. You call this chat room here. We check, make sure that you're good to go, and then we put you through so you can share your opinions on the matter. So again, the number is 520. It's right there, 261-7246. So don't forget to call.
What is it? Hi, Catton. You better call later. We like callers. Come on up here.
Definitely a call. Yeah, definitely love this. You guys doing this kind of things. So what do you think? Oh, I think we got somebody. Is that yours, Amy?
I don't hear you.
I think this is my Zoom. 1 second. Is that my Zoom? I really don't know what that was.
I hear something too.
What the heck was that?
Weird.
Oh, that was me. Hey, call again. I didn't. My bad. Call again. It was on my phone. My bad. Jesus Christ.
Weirdo.
He's right here. He's not showing. He's not showing on my phone.
Is it? Do you think it's like the Zoom?
Where is that
Or
thing?
doesn't matter.
I know I have it somewhere here. It's just happening, guys. My bad that, technical difficulties again. Okay.
Hey man, we're low budget news commentary.
We're, yeah, we don't even have 2,000 subscribers yet, so it's happening.
That's right. Get your friends to subscribe, and then we'll upgrade.
Okay, 1 second, guys. It's gonna take me 1 second, okay? I need to add my phone to the phone so I can get the code, so everything will be good. And we are okay. Now you guys can call. My bad, guys. My bad. That was very, very bad of me. I'm calling, but says Google Call is not available. Hey, Linda, give us a call again. I'm sorry. Okay. So New York country is under fire, guys. I mean, it is Tuesday. Okay. It's about 11:30 at night down there, and guess what? There's hundreds of people on the streets. I will believe unemployed people who are not who don't have to go to work tomorrow. I'm in Arizona. It's like 8:13. Lisa, you are in the East Coast, so you're late too. I'm so sorry.
And I do have a job.
I know you do. 1 second. What is this? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, hi.
Hey.
What's up? What's going on?
No much.
I am hoarse. I'm hoarse from yelling at my neighbors to get out there and fight for our stores down here.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yep, I've been out my last couple days in front of my corner store, making sure that nothing's been happening, and because they were rioting all weekend down in Atlantic City at the police station, and we have a beautiful area. It's called the Walk, and they smashed about 50 stores. And the sad thing is that we've been closed for almost 3 months. So when we do open up, and we're supposed to open up on the 15th supposedly, we have nothing to open up to. So I don't understand what these people are doing, and why our community is allowing this to happen. Our community needs to come together in every neighborhood, every state, every city, every county, every whatever. They need to get together and stand in front of them stores and protect themselves, protect the places that they go.
Wow.
I saw a lady on the news today that was crying. She goes, they smashed this and they smashed that. I go to these stores every single day. I need food tomorrow. I have nowhere to go. It's the beginning of the month. Where's everybody going to go for food?
Wow.
You think about that stuff, and it infuriates me that everybody's just sitting on their ass. I don't have a gun, so it's not like I can go stay in my house and protect my house. But like about 15 minutes ago, I just heard a big bang and then glass smashing. And my neighbor just came over a little while prior to that and saying he saw people running up and down the street that the cops were chasing them. And I live in a pretty decent neighborhood in Atlantic City. I don't live in a real bad part, but if it's coming here, and that's why I was down there for the last couple of days, and then, they're like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Well, we have a 7 o'clock curfew, and they're really, truly enforcing it. And I bless them for doing it. I really do.
Amen.
My son is running for mayor next year, and he formed this cleanup service after the riot. So it was all over. It really took off, and he participated with about 50, 60 people that came out, and they cleaned up from 9 o'clock in the morning to like 10:45, and they got everything done. The mayor came along at 11 o'clock and took the credit for it after my son was already interviewed on the news, in a paper, that they wrote an article. My son woke up the next day and the article was changed from his name to the mayor's name.
Is that correct, Linda?
Yes, that's very correct. That's very correct. My son is waiting for a reply from the reporter that initially took his report because he was on ABC and CBS. I don't know, one of them, I'm not sure. But he was on two different news, and they had two different articles, and then they changed it from his name to the mayor's name. And the mayor's a piece of shit here. The mayor isn't even our mayor. The mayor is an assistant mayor because our mayor is in jail for corruption.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad here.
So we are happy that your that your son is doing that, And Linda, you mentioned a point. You're talking about Second Amendment, that you don't have a gun. I saw a message here. And I'm going to tell you the truth, I've been in the military. I was in the military for 20 years. I retired out of the military. I've been trained. I found myself to be very proficient with weapons. And I'm going to tell you the truth. If I was defending my home, I will be trying 100% not to use my gun. Because
absolutely, I never want to use it.
Yeah, because you're gonna get sued, And then the thing is, if they overtake you, let's say the 20 people go to your house and you only have 10, 11 bullets on your weapon, you probably can, maybe hurt 2 or 3, being honest. And then guess what? It's gonna be a bad day for you. So I tell people, man, to trying to stay, arm yourself. I support your Second Amendment right. Protect your family, protect yourself, protect your life, but try to avoid it. I seen people, I seen people in different stores, with rifles, well, not rifles, M6, M4s, some people with AK-47s, just trying to protect some businesses. But you can't just be there for so long, you're not going to be doing 24/7 ops. Unless you have, big teams. And Linda, I ask you, man, please be safe where you are in Atlantic City, for real. And good luck to your son.
I'm trying. I got a lot of guys around me, so it's a good thing. So, as soon as I heard that, I called out, and, my close neighbors that are right around me are all looking out, and we're all together. And, So that I feel good about that. But you know, when you have creatures running through your neighborhood and cops running down the street, I had a tank roll down my street. I live on a little tiny street.
Oh, wow.
I had an army tank run down my street 2 days ago. National Guard.
Wow.
I
That's
was like, no way, I'm not even seeing this. And I've known this was coming for many years. I just can't believe that I'm living in this reality.
that's 1,000
Linda.
horsepower of freedom, Linda. That's a beautiful sign. Trust me, having a tank on your neighborhood. I'm sorry.
Linda, I have
Like
a
I want to
question
go
for
out and
you.
get like a neighborhood watch, and we all watch out for each other, because if we don't stand by each other and we allow each other one by one to go down, we will have nothing.
Right.
And it will happen over my dead body. That will happen over my dead body. And everybody needs to get a backbone and put their big boy and girl pants on.
I agree.
Hey, Linda, do you know if they've made it to the casinos?
I'm not sure about that. They might have smashed the outside of them, but I know a lot of our stores got smashed. The sad thing is that I'm so involved in like the world politics that if it wasn't for my son wanting to start running for mayor, that I don't even know what's going on in my own city. I just knew my city. My mayor got arrested last year and went to prison, and we now have another mayor, and he's going to run just for one more year until the next, it's like a special election, until the next mayoral run, however, whatever you call that. But I said to my son, now it's time for me to start really focusing in on what is going on around me, because I don't know. I can tell you pretty much everything that's going on around the world because I'm so into the politics and what's going on with the deep state and everything else. But I have no idea what's going on in my own community. And that's sad. And more people need to get involved in their community and stand up for the right thing. And if we all come out and do that, we will overpower the people that think they're strong, you know?
Okay. So, Linda, we're talking about Frank Gilliam.
Yeah, who Frank Dillon?
Frank Gilliam, yes.
Yeah, Gillian. He's in prison.
Wow. So yeah, I see.
And now we have this piece of shit up here that is just like, I will say, he's doing the right thing when it comes to the cops and putting the early curfew on. It's about the best thing, and thank God for that. He's not listening to, the New York mayor and our governor, because Murphy is a piece of shit. I couldn't go even apply for a gun right now if I wanted to.
You talking Marty?
They took that right away.
Marty
They took
Smalls?
that right away from us in the beginning of the year.
Oh wow.
They passed the law. I can't even go register to get a gun.
Wow, that is so sad.
Yeah. So, if I go out and I get an illegal gun and I get caught with it just to protect myself, that's 10 years. Automatic. So what do? You take the Second Amendment away from the people. You take away their right to live because they have no way to protect themselves. And that is what it is there for at a time like this, foreign and domestic. And these people that don't, I'm glad they're seeing it. There's lines around the corner in Philadelphia trying to get guns. Literally lines. I saw it on the news. People that never wanted a gun are now starting to wake up and see it. As much as a tragedy this whole situation is, it's a great thing that's happening because it's waking up so many people to see what's going on in their cities and what our higher leaders are allowing and doing to us. So I look at it as, out of every bad situation comes a good situation. And I'm very fearful when the people that really are waking up, that start going out and getting guns, start taking the law into their own hands because they realize and are not going to stand for this. And that's when we have this civil war. And God forbid, God help us all. I don't ever want a revolution. I didn't live through the revolution, but I've seen many documentaries and know a lot about it. And I don't ever want to be that.
So, Linda, what's the name of your son so we can take a quick look real quick?
Matthew Giulio Giacino.
Okay.
You need me to spell that for you?
I got Matthew so far.
Matthew is LLIO hyphen Jusino, Jusino.
Okay.
Okay, and he's on Facebook, and he's starting to going to do something on YouTube, but he's on Facebook talking about stuff, and I just everybody's rallying around him, saying I hope he does good, and we need somebody like you, and it's good. I don't know. Even just his ideas, even as somebody that was really knowledgeable, he isn't a very intelligent. He's got an IQ like genius level, but even if somebody just took his ideas and ran with it, somebody that was known, but my son walks up on the boardwalk and everybody that, yo, Mr. Mayor, just
Oh, wow.
because he's trying to get his petition signed for him to, run.
That is good. That is good. Good to know. Linda, when you get a chance, trying to send us a link to either his website or his Facebook, so we can give him some. We can show him on the website. Okay.
Oh, I would really greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So, Linda, thank you so much for calling again. Let me send you out with something nice. Thank you so much, Linda, okay? For calling, always.
Thank you so much, and God bless you.
God bless you, Linda. Bye.
God bless everyone in chat.
Thank you. So, Lisa, Jesus Christ, the country is still going, still doing, everything's still the same, as I see the live streams, as I see what is going on across the country, there's no changes for what's going on, young kids, these guys are here. They can't. I don't think the majority of the people here are adults or nothing. It's just a bunch of kids on the streets.
So that's actually not unusual. A lot of these left-wing or progressive type revolutions are always the youth, like the what do you call it? Mao in China, when when China had their revolution, Mao used the youth. Same with Vietnam. And there's one other country that was really bad. I want to say it was Cambodia. I mean, they had the kids, the youth killed so many people for what? I mean, it was ridiculous. Like the youth are always used. Even in Peru.
I have not.
Yeah.
Diesel, I send you the invite. What about
Are you
Peru?
talking to Diesel?
Yeah, I just sent my invite.
Oh, in Peru, they also have a warring faction or a liberation movement that has been going on for forever, but they also use the youth. They take advantage of the youth. The left takes advantage of the youth. Progressives take advantage of the youth. That is kind of like the status quo. Like that's formula, the ingredient numero uno to start some stuff. Let's brainwash the youth and make them do all our dirty work. Let them all die and kill each other, and then we'll take control.
I mean, it's sad, but I mean that's the way it is. That's the way it is. You're gonna find more and more people doing this kind of things. And I really think that the presidential candidate Joe Biden is also using the same technique. I mean, that guy is creepy. Every video that I see him, he's like sniffing on people. Just imagine that guy just come to your house and then starts sniffing on your mom or something, or your kids. Like, hey, she's 4, bro. Like, back off. So what we have on the stream right now. By the way, guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are amazing. Don't forget to call to the number on the stream. And again, the number is 520-261-7246. So any of you guys that want to just talk to us, let us know. Diesel, I already sent you the, I am muted.
It went to
Am I
me.
muted?
Sorry. I just got him in. My bad.
You got it. Thank you, Diesel.
Hello.
Let's just be late and dramatic.
What do you mean? Can I get a introduction here? I mean, I said I was gonna be late.
1 second. Okay, guys. So let's say welcome to Diesel.
There we go.
Hey, Diesel, welcome back to the shot. What's going on, brother?
What's up? What's happening?
Not much, man. We've been talking with two people, trying to spread some, some news and some inspiration for people to follow. We're going through some difficult times. I asked everybody, if you're watching us on Facebook, jump into YouTube. You should see the link on the description of the video, so you guys can go ahead and then get in the conversation with us. Okay. So we've been trying to talk Diesel. We actually waited for you to talk about the first thing, the first topic we're going to be talking today. It's those 8 minutes and 46 seconds, guys. And if you guys know, 8 minutes and 46 seconds is what we have on video. The time that the police officer spent on top of George Floyd's, with his knee on George Floyd's neck. So we definitely want to hear your take on this.
Okay, so that first and foremost, I think Linda called in and I missed her call. I think I just missed it. God bless you, Linda. I would have liked to speak to you. Second of all, did anyone see Lisa? She got a new hairdo. She let her hair up like looked like a little Asian. Thank you very much. Come again, lady. I like it. It's a good hairdo.
So you can see me, but because I was lagging for whatever, we put my picture up, but you can see me, right?
Yeah, I can see you pointing your finger at me right now with conviction.
Right. You can
see yeah. There it is. Yep. I see the finger.
That's right. You can see.
Oh, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I'm just making sure.
I can see the original shirt and everything else, but
it says original glaze.
Yep, I can see that. I can see it all. Yep. But back to the topic. So I did my homework, and of course, that was an excessive amount of time for anybody. I just kept thinking about back to like combatives, like when I was doing combatives, and when we would apply two different type of chokes. You have I think one is a pressure choke and one is a blood choke. Am I right?
No, sir.
Am I right? Ricky? Did he leave?
I don't know. Did he?
Okay, well, it's all good. One is like a pressure choke and one is a blood choke. And I remember receiving a blood choke, which is a blood choke stops all of the oxygen from going to your brain and or the blood circulation going to your brain. And so if applied correctly, you will lose consciousness within 3 to 4 seconds. And the pressure choke is a lot longer, but it's still effective. If you've seen the UFC ever, you guys have seen when their bodies have just gone completely limp, and that's usually when the referee comes in and says stop, because if you continue to do that, then they will suffer from long-term brain damage or death. And so I kept using that and thinking like, oh my goodness, you know, 8 minutes, 8 minutes, and how many seconds? 38 minutes and some odd seconds has been applied to this man, which was egregious. This is like way further than a UFC fighter would have applied a pressure choke nor blood choke to a person. And that's ridiculous because a professional UFC fight is 5 minutes. So you can imagine from the ding of the bell, I think it's 3 to 5 minutes, but from the bell dinging, someone has somebody on the ground in the choke. Oh my goodness, that's just, it makes me upset. It makes me upset. So, did you already speak about this?
I just got back, guys.
Lisa?
Not specifically those details. We've kind of just been doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah. So, I mean, first of all, I would like to your little recommendation. That's a good recommendation that you put out too. I do want to say it's very your organization skills. I'm gonna give you kudos for that. But Ricky, I was saying them. I'm not gonna repeat everything I just said, but pretty much I said that when I thought about the 8 minutes, you know, it echoed to me like a professional fight of UFC or when we did combatives.
Okay.
You know, you had a blood choke and you had a pressure choke, and I told them, you know, pretty much a blood choke, you know, 3 to 4 seconds, if applied correctly, you can make someone pass out immediately.
Oh, it will take less than 30 seconds.
Yeah, and then the pressure choke, although, you know, even though applied, it does pain, you know, but applied correctly, you know, you can pass out, you know, after a while too.
You know, I think I can.
So I was saying,
I think I can show you real quick. So on the screen. So I am a Star Wars fan, guys. So I have this Kylo Ren helmet right here on my hand. So pretty much, if you have one hand on front of the neck and another hand on the side, and you twist the head down and to the side where you stop the artery on the neck from passing blood, 30 seconds. 30 seconds will knock you down. You know, you will go unconscious, and then you need to be wake up by the person who, you know, if you put somebody down, you better know how to bring them back, because you can cause some severe damage to them. So
that's what I.
But no, I don't disagree with that at all. But for there to be no internal bruising or evidence of trauma, like Dr. Baden said, I mean, to me, that sounds really weird.
it's gonna be difficult. Hey guys, don't forget to call to the chat. We're still waiting for you guys. 520-261-7246.
Yeah, let me see somebody call up, man. I'm here. I know you guys were upset. I'm here. Call up. Let's argue. TJ, what's up, man? What's up, brother? I did.
Get my fan club up here.
Is TJ? When is TJ? Did he ever call up?
I think that he actually called yesterday. I'm not sure. I don't remember. You know, I'm gonna keep notes on it today.
And somebody call up. Somebody call up Felisa. Yeah. Pick her brain. Definitely.
Well, you know, I'm single. I like long walks on the beach. I like ribeye. That's my favorite cut of steak.
Ribeyes? Really? That's your favorite steak?
Yeah,
I mean, you're really small, so ribeyes probably look like, you know, flanks to you. So
no, I'm all in it for the fat. I want the fat. That's why I like it.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm country. Like I'm sitting next to a window right now, and
Mm-hmm.
you hear what sounds like rain, but what it is, it's all the bugs flocking to the light because I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, Diesel. So we got TJ right here once again. So TJ, I know you want to talk today. You wanna give us some of your thoughts. So go ahead, Mike is yours.
Yeah, I was just gonna call and say that the fact that these riots and this looting is going on and people are getting upset about the police tactics. I just I think about what did they expect? What did they expect to happen? I mean, there's going to be a reaction. I feel like with the message that sends is it's going to start being stricter. The whole thing might backfire on them. These protesters, not the protesters, but the rioters, they're going to get another level of oppression. You know what I mean? It's going to backfire with all these riots and all this looting and stuff. It's going to be more. They're going to put it down faster. They're going to step up. You're going to get the National Guard if you're not careful. And Donald Trump is going to call up the active duty soldiers and get them in there too. I don't think maybe they're thinking past the noses on their face. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And also, I was also thinking about the fact that this police officer, what he did was awful. I hate it. It's like, it was horrible to see. It was horrible to watch and everything like that. And I understand why people are angry. And I was telling some friends, I was like, I just hope they don't target his family because his family isn't involved in any of this. But some people maybe they'll consider them guilty by association. And, that's the problem too, and I'm just thinking about the fact that there's innocent people. There's already an innocent person. Did you see the video? By the way, Rick, the video of the girl who got on Facebook video, and her sister was killed because somebody fired into a crowd of protesters or something, opened fire, and not a cop. It was a civilian. And shot, and they killed her sister, and she went on there and she went off on those people. She was like, it wasn't police that killed my sister. It was you. It was you. You guys are the problem. And she's like saying, you better hope I don't find out who did it, because when I do, it's the last thing you'll remember. And so she was traumatized. You could tell that, you could feel her pain. And this is the type of stuff that that's causing these effects that people don't think about. People looting places. I was just telling somebody the other day too, like, you're not just destroying a business, you're destroying someone's job. You're destroying the way they feed their family and pay their rent and, provide for, all the things that they need in life. There are people in that community that work at those places and now they don't have jobs. And, it's those types of things. It's like people don't care. Some people don't care. I'm not saying that about everybody. Most people care, but there's those people, and they need to be shunned from the group. They need to be called out, and they need to not represent, not make themselves the story, because the story is about George Floyd, and the story is about police misconduct, and that's just the way I feel. And I just wanted to put my 2 cents in.
Hey, Tia, thank you so much for that, man. The woman that you're talking about, she was killing Davenport, man. She was just 22, and right. It's crazy, man. The one thing I'm gonna tell you is that the right media, okay, all the conservatives, they are using this because they got her on a phone call, talking about the whole experience, and then she talks about how let me find it. Diesel, go ahead, let me find the video real quick.
Okay. Also, while you're speaking, CJ, I want to ask you a question. Why
What's up?
why aren't you out there rioting?
Why am I not writing? Because honestly, I'm not that type of person. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to cause problems
Hmm.
for people. I love everybody. You know, I don't feel like I don't feel the need to riot. It's
Hmm.
not my thing. Um, and like I said, you
What
guys are
what
veterans.
what
I'm a veteran.
what about protesting? Well, why aren't you there
What about
protesting?
what?
Why aren't you out
Protesting?
there
Well, I have
protesting?
MS. Well, I have MS, so I'm not able to. And that's kind of the thing that I'm thinking. Like, I have MS, which causes it's a neurological disorder, and I can't really do a lot of things. Um, and it's just really, it's not like my body is kind of a mess, honestly.
So if you didn't have that ailment, and I apologize, it's sad that you do, but if you didn't have it,
Condition,
would you
condition.
would you protest?
I would go out there and stand up with them for sure. Yeah, I would say I would. Me and my brother were going to go out there the other day, but his girlfriend didn't want him to, and I didn't want to, go out there by myself. I would stand. Maybe I would, stand by. Probably wouldn't be in the crowd because I don't do good with crowds. I have anxiety issues as well.
Right, but you would stand up for the cause and everything
Yeah,
else. Okay,
absolutely.
yeah,
I,
I just
I absolutely stand up
yeah,
for.
I just wanted to. The reason why I'm asking is,
Mhm.
I wanted to see the character of, what makes the character of these people. I saw a brief video. I know we're about to pull up a video right now, but I saw a video
Yeah,
of about four guys in the vehicle, and they tried to pull up and try
right,
to rob a liquor store. And once again, I
right.
was like, what?
Restaurant
And
owners.
and I there was a stalemate, because
Hmm.
the owners were, they went out, they came outside with their weapons and said, "You're not going to rob my store." And
Right, right.
you know, it was like, okay, so you have people that are just morally not available, I guess, or just morally
Yeah,
corrupted at this point in time. And it's good to hear that you're not one of them.
yeah. I'm service connected too. So yeah. So that's the thing. Like, um, so MS is considered a service connected disability. Obviously, it's not like being injured in combat or wounded in combat. But
Hmm.
it's considered a service connected because of the all the stuff that we deal with over there, like all the nastiness, all the in the high stress environment. So because MS is it it's caused by environmental uh, impact type of stuff. Like, I mean, I was my living quarters was right next to one of those septic ponds. You know what I'm talking about?
Right, I know
Um,
what you're talking about. Yeah.
and yeah, yeah. And so I have acute MS, and my buddy who also was in the same unit as I was deployed to the same place also got MS within a year of each other. We were both diagnosed, and so yeah. So now I'm service connected. I'm a mess. I'm about 40 or 50 pounds lighter than I was when I was in. Yeah. So
Damn.
yeah, and it caused
Okay,
problems. But
man.
anyway, that's not even part of the discussion that we're having. But yeah, I look at it, I mean, and I'm watching it, I'm paying attention, I'm posting my support and everything like that, and I'm doing
Hmm.
what I can for what I'm able to. But like I said, there are people ruining it for everybody else.
Of course,
And
bro. You know it.
not to mention, you're right. There's some conservatives who are just like, I mean, they're like, I wouldn't say this about all conservatives, but there are some conservatives who are using this and talking about the lawlessness of these inner cities and doing the Democrat Republican game. You know what I mean? And it's that's not the message that's supposed to be going out there. The message is supposed to be about police misconduct and bad officers and how we're going to do it. And I was watching the video today too as well, and I was like, it's not about citizens policing. and not I want to say citizens policing police. It's about police policing police the right way,
The
making sure that
weapons is
people
up for debate.
keeping accountability.
The group that I mentioned last hour.
Yeah.
Very low.
So,
All right, brother.
Hey,
Yeah.
brother, we're here with you.
Yeah.
We're here with you. I want to say thank you for your service. Thank you for everything that you do, for real. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely.
We are more than blessed to have you
Yeah.
here on the chat. We're very, very happy that you're calling here. And like you say, there's not much you can do right now. Okay. But life goes on. But guess what? You're deciding, you're making the decision of actually, doing what you can, what's within your reach, man.
Right.
I thank you for that, man. And then I know the people on the chat room and the people that you interact with on a daily basis, I know they're happy for that. You brought a big topic today, man, and it's that 22-year-old lady that got shot, and killed.
Right.
And I have the video here. I got the phone call from this. Well, not the phone call. I got the video that she posted, her sister, on social media. I think she did Instagram. And my video is gonna get demonetized right now. Okay, as soon as I show this. But I think that is much better. It's much better to show this than making a couple bucks on this platform. So thank you so much for calling, brother. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting me. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Lisa and Diesel. Appreciate it, guys.
Hey, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
I'll see you back on.
And guys, that was TJ.
All right.
Not for you in the chat.
There we go. So guys, let me post this video right here, man. This is gonna be a 2 minute 19 seconds. Like I say, this was playing all day long on on conservative media. Okay, I will see if you haven't seen this. This is not the time to go. I would like for you guys to give me a thumbs up on the video. Okay, by liking the video, you will help the video to get more exposure. Usually the algorithm, and subscribe to the channel. So
Like, subscribe.
thank you, guys. So let's listen to the video right now. Okay, Lisa, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, brother.
I'm waiting for everyone to get on. So I hope y'all know what the fuck you did. My sister is gone. And it's not from a cop. It wasn't from no fucking cop. I don't get on live and I don't care about this Facebook shit. But my sister is gone because one of you, a protester, shot my sister. A protester. Not even the police. Because you guys, I lost my sister. I lost my sister because you're so mad at the police. You're hurting everyone else. You're so mad at the police. You guys killed my sister. For those who don't know, it wasn't the police who shot my sister. It was one of y'all. And I swear to God, we will find out who the fuck did it. And I promise to God, that will be the last thing y'all ever remember. It wasn't the police. Y'all are wild as fuck. Y'all walk around with guns and you act and you pretend to be tough and you pretend to be something you're not, and you got my sister killed. Not by the police, but by your ignorance. By your fucking ignorance, I gotta bury my sister. I gotta bury my sister because y'all brought guns. It wasn't a rubber bullet. It was a fucking gun. So I hope y'all know this wasn't the police. This was the ignorance of every single one of y'all that decided to shoot into a fucking crowd. And that bullet just happened to hit my sister. And I'm getting off live because nothing more needs to be said. But I'm gonna keep it up because it wasn't the police. It was you. And no, I gotta bury the only person I had in my life. The person that took care of me. The person who took beatings for me so I didn't have to. The person who was there for everything when I had my seizures. When I don't know. I don't have nothing else to say. I just hope you know that your ignorance and your right.
And that was the video, guys. And that was
Modern
the
hairdresser.
video.
That is so heartbreaking. That is so sad.
That is true, man. The point I'm gonna bring up. I wanna bring some awareness to this. Okay, This is 19-year-old Jasmine Kelly. Okay, she posted a video on Instagram, and it's very sad, man. My question is why the media is not all over this right here? Why the media is not all over? Giving the covers that are giving George Floyd. I know the circumstances are different, but why the other hundreds of people who get killed every year across the country, why they don't get the same coverage, because they don't feed the. I think it's because they don't feed the agenda, and it's not gonna give them ratings. It doesn't make it any better. It doesn't make it any worse. It doesn't make it any. We should give more coverage to this person, to that person because of race or because of money or because of power or because of background. No, I think that if the media that you're watching, social media you're watching, they were all for they have the best interests of the people. Where are the riots for Miss Kelly? For Mary Kelly, where's the riot for her? I don't get it. Maybe I'm too ignorant. Maybe it's my Hispanic, my Latino privilege. I just don't know. It's
Hi, Mike
sad.
Pascal.
Oh man.
You should call in. Mike has a lot to say.
Sad, man. When you watch somebody from your family just leave like that, in an instant, in a second, in a second, they're here right now. Just look around if you're in your house, sitting next to your wife or your husband or your friend or somebody, or if you are watching this from on driving the car, I don't know. Just look to the side. Maybe just think about that person's right here with me, and it could be gone in a second because something like this can happen. It's sad, man.
I mean, and she kept like pulling at her hair. If
Yeah,
y'all
it's real.
don't know, I'm not a therapist, but that's a coping mechanism right there. A lot of people lose their hair because they pull it out because they don't know what else to do with their hands, and they need to get that frustration out, man. I seen, that's what I was looking at the most. Like, she was tugging at her hair, because she was so heartbroken. She was trying to calm herself down at the same time, and that was her soothing. That's how she was able to trying to soothe.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, wowzers!
I'm gonna post a link to that video so people can see as well.
Michael, you gonna call up? What's up?
He's calling. Do you have a call, Ricky?
I have a call. 1 second.
Lord Rick.
I have a caller. I was looking at the screen.
Wow, look at this. A white supremacist channel on Telegram encourages followers to incite violence. Huh.
Yeah, I just pulled up
in a
the article.
crowd. Talking, man. This is just sad, bro.
Hey, the phone line is open 520-261-7246.
So I have the article pulled up, and it's like, I guess everybody's going to blame the whole thing on white supremacists. I'm pretty sure there may be like a handful here and there sprinkled around the nation. But I sure as heck do not put this whole entire thing on white supremacists. Like, these kind of articles to me are just there for emotional purposes.
It's there to keep the rhetoric going.
Correct.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that. It is there for the rhetoric.
Yeah.
But now I'm conspiracy diesel though. I'm conspiracy diesel, so I do believe
They're
that
not
they're,
like that. No, I am not blaming. You want to know why? Because if they were able to, if white supremacists were able to do this much nationwide, that's all they would talk about, and that's all we would hear. Just like ISIS when they claim like some sort of terror.
That is correct. Let me, let me get Michael. Michael from Virginia is on the phone. So, Michael, we're gonna give you the mic right now. Go ahead, talk to us about it.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
A first-time listener, first-time caller.
Yeah. This is not the Howard Stern, by the way. Hey now.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hey now.
Yeah. That clip earlier, it gave me chills since I had just seen this article today talking about that internal DHS memo, saying specifically that there were indications that plans were going around to incite violence by shooting at random into a crowd. And I think that part of the reason why this isn't the same sort of terrorism that we have with, organizations like ISIS or Al Qaeda or something like that is that it's not really an organization. It's more of the ideas passed around in these, white supremacist discussion boards. They don't necessarily have a leader giving orders. Just somebody has this idea. Hey, let's start chaos by shooting into a crowd, and then everybody starts saying, yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. And all it takes is not even 2 digits worth of them to do it, and chaos can ensue. And I was thinking about it a little more earlier today, and it honestly seems like almost a concerted strategy to try to counter the kind of peaceful protesting that was successful for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Because what they're doing is they're trying to take peaceful protests and put an atmosphere of violence around them to give an excuse for governments to institute curfews, which then make it so that there doesn't even need to be violence for the police to start brutalizing protesters. And it's essentially an attempt to just shut down the peaceful speech and protest that was actually able to affect change.
So, Mike, now, I think he's a broken.
Hey, I agree with Mike.
The impression that it was there was just all this peaceful protesting, and then somebody shoots, and then now it's like chaos.
I mean, it's different in different places.
There were some peaceful protesting, but there wasn't a whole lot of peaceful protesting nationwide.
So,
there wasn't a whole lot of people protesting nationwide. There's a lot of people protesting nationwide for sure.
Yep.
Peaceful, yeah. There's plenty of peaceful protesting. I've been posting links to peaceful protests all day.
I believe if you look at history, because Lisa's a big history buff, and she always history is going to repeat itself. Looking back in our history, Lisa.
Yeah.
Million Man March.
White supremacists. Look. You guys are not going to get me down that rabbit hole at all. Like it's just.
Really, like
sorry, I can't subscribe to that.
Get her, Mike.
Get her.
I mean,
come on,
civil disobedience is the most powerful weapon of peaceful protest that came about in the 20th century. And if we can't just do the basic level of civil disobedience of disobeying a curfew without being brutalized, how are we supposed to have any sort of, people come back with saying like, oh, well, why don't you just protest during the day? Why don't you just, do it when there's, follow the rules for when and where you're supposed to protest? What kind of a protest is that? You know, I mean, like a protest permit is kind of an oxymoron. And so, I mean, it's intentional to violate curfew. And, you know, people realize that they're going to get arrested, just like people got arrested during sit-ins in the civil rights era. But you can arrest people without breaking their skulls.
Okay, but going with all of that, that means that you believe that all of these people were peaceful, and then the police started.
It depends on where you're talking about. I mean, I can't make a generalization about what started every piece of violence everywhere.
You're making it general. You're saying peaceful protesting was interrupted by white supremacists trying to start stuff. So you made it general. So now I'm making it general. And I'm sorry, but I've seen lots of footage here, and I've seen police not engaging. I've seen police leaving. So how can all of this be started by the police going after peaceful protesters?
Well, we have a long history in our country of that happening, that exact thing happening. I mean, it just doesn't surprise me at all, just knowing the history.
We have a long history of rioting as well. I mean, police didn't start the LA riot.
But look, if there's a riot going on, obviously you have to stop the violence. But that has not been how things have started. In most of these cases, there have been peaceful protesters. Like, I mean, one of the most egregious cases was just yesterday in front of the White House when people weren't even violating curfew. They were protesting peaceful. I watched live on CNN. I was watching because the president was about to give an address in the Rose Garden. A lot of people were watching. So everybody saw that this was a peaceful protest, and suddenly they attacked.
It wasn't peaceful. It wasn't peaceful. It was threatening because they were instructed to move. You have to protect the safety of the president. They were not moving. To me, that is threatening behavior with regards to the president. Being instructed to move and not moving with regards to the president is threatening behavior. That's not peaceful.
I mean, if standing in one place is threatening to the leader of the most powerful nation in the world, I mean, I don't know where we've come to. If people are not being violent, that just does not justify using violence.
Okay.
So I do agree. Hold on, Lisa. Without the rioting, right? You're telling me that if Trump was to give a speech on any ordinary day, that I couldn't stand in front of the White House and watch him give the speech?
But
is that what you're telling me?
They were instructed to move. So that
they were instructed because they were afraid that the civilian population.
He was going from point A to point B. So they needed.
No, he was. He was in front of the White House when he gave the speech. What they did was do a cordon. They literally cleared a radius. So if there was a potential attack, right, they would be too far to do anything. But no one was even a threat at the time, is what he's saying. Because I saw that too. They brought out horses.
My understanding is what took place was when they were trying to clear the radius.
No,
I saw it happen. I was watching.
Yes, I saw
it was without warning.
Yes, it was without warning. What happened was they were standing in the street.
Nobody said y'all got to get up out of here.
They were standing in the street, correct? And
I got the video on the background. I don't know, it's gonna take like about 10 seconds for you guys to see, but I got the video on the background.
They were standing in the street, and
so nobody said Trump, you got to get up out of here.
Did you not see the horses were deployed, right? They formed a straight line and started to push people back.
And then look, they just charged. Just all of a sudden.
Yeah. There's no one. I remember watching that.
I repeat, because we're talking about the safety of the president.
Well, since there's no audio, since there's no audio, since there's no audio, you cannot say they said anything. So we're going off of what we see. Okay.
According to the CNN reporters, I read this on their website earlier, on the news article for it. They said that they heard that something being murmured over speakers, but they couldn't make it out.
According to CNN, that's correct.
Point B, they were trying to clear the area for the safety of the presidency. He just played it. He was going from point A to point B.
He didn't need to go from point A to point B is another point there. I mean, why did he need to right then and there walk across the street to a church to take a picture with a Bible in his hand?
He can, that's his, he can do whatever, he can move from point A to point B.
Obviously he can, because he can order men with armor and clubs and shields to go push everyone out of the way to go from point A to point B. I mean, obviously he can do that, but should he?
Yeah, I'm sorry. When it comes to the safety of the president, there is.
I mean, if the president's safety was a concern here, then he should not have been taken across the street to the church. If it really was a safety concern,
I'm sorry.
I do agree.
Well, let me say something. Let me say something real quick, guys. Let me.
Why can't people be responsible for themselves? And when they are instructed by the Secret Service to move your ass, why can't they move? I just don't understand.
Yeah, but you have security. You have security advisors that say, based off of the current climate, we shouldn't do this. This is a high risk move.
Yeah, that's Diesel. That's correct. What you guys are talking, the topic is very difficult. We have to see this with looking at the whole picture, and looking at the word precedents. Okay, we need to set precedents for this. Okay, if we don't allow the president right now, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, whoever, George Bush, to finish the speech, go to the church, take a picture. We're setting precedents for the next president not being able to it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to have a president who only sits on the Oval Office, or on the bunker. So if he wanted to move from point A to point B, I think that he should be allowed to it. And I mean, he don't need to give explanations to nobody, but the Secret Service, and their advisors. The one thing that I will mention is that maybe the people that were instructed to handle the civilians on the ground, they could be being briefed better. Maybe they can handle the situation different. But I mean, we cannot stop the president from moving from point A to point B. Because if it's up to me, I don't want people to, if I want to move from point A to point B, I'm on, my right to do so. I want to do the same thing. What is your take, guys?
I've got a Washington Post link here I'm trying to put on here. Hopefully this link works here. Too many characters.
Mike, you're okay?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to post a link, but it's 216 characters.
Yeah,
and it can only use 200.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a Washington Post article from earlier. It says that Attorney General Barr personally ordered the removal of protesters near the White House, leading to the use of force against the peaceful crowd.
That sounds pretty good to me.
So this is what I don't like about news articles of any bias. Okay, I like to read things that come from the actual individual. Like things that end in.
I'm skimming through the article now to find actual quotes and stuff. Hold on.
Actual quotes. Forget those people. I like to read things that end in .gov. So the Attorney General.
Now, of course, these are they
would
have two people, two anonymous sources.
.gov website. So. That's what I would prefer to read the information from. I don't rely on news articles. News articles do not form my opinion. I like to do my own research.
I don't form your opinion.
except for your own opinion. So,
Wait, what did you say? I couldn't hear you.
I don't think anything should form your opinion. I mean, I understand that's a figure of speech, but you say you only like one source and where to get one source of information.
No, I said I like to do my own research. I said I like to do my own.
News articles are part of research.
Only one second.
Depends on the publication.
Yeah, if you cannot APA quote something and verify the source and verify the authenticity and the reputation of the person writing it, I got to tell you, I'm doing my master's right now, and I would love to be able to use Wikipedia or any like the New York Post, and every time that I use it and I try multiple times, I get back like no, that's a lie. No, they retracted this. No, and this is the problem with the news. They put something out there. First page of the newspaper, first page of YouTube. 6 days later, they retract it with some fine print in some magazine that nobody buys because it's cheap. So it's I got to side with both of you guys. I think kind of, but
you gotta make a decision which one.
I still love you though.
I know.
The president's walking.
Let's take a look at the whole video.
No hard feeling.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the whole video. Okay.
Right now through Lafayette Park, and he's being followed by the press. This was the scene. He said he was going to a very special place when he finished his Rose Garden comments. So we're kind of catching up with him now as we follow these cameras, and the president, I'm imagining, is walking towards St. John's Church, which is, of course, the Church of the Presidents. It was part of it was set on fire. The nursery section of that church complex was set on
by the
fire.
way.
And this is remarkable, Carl, what we're witnessing here, because he's walking right through the area that was so intense last night, where fires were burning, and the president is, I think, making a very strong statement by going through here. We're going to see where he ends up, but that's what I'm assuming as we watch this right now. What do you think, Carl?
I think that's absolutely right. And this is an extraordinary moment we're seeing here. The president is making it clear to the American people that we will not tolerate this. To me, the attack on St. John's Church hit a chord. This is a place of great faith, great solemnity. This is a place that has played a special role in the lives of virtually every president of the United States. And for someone to think that they were doing anything other than engaging in an act of mindless violence by attempting to burn this church, I was just shocked. And I applaud the president for making it clear he's not going to be, and therefore our nation is not going to be, cowed by the evil that it would attempt to do this. I mean, strong move by the president, and a great place to go.
We're just watching him walk right now. We don't know his destination. We're just sort of guessing at it at the moment, but we think it's a pretty good estimation. And, I felt the same way, Carl, when I watched that last night. It really hit me because that church has such significance. Every president has prayed there since Madison. One of the most moving places in that church to me is the back pew where Abraham Lincoln would walk from the White House, slip in to hear the service, and usually slip out right as it ended and just walk, just as President Trump is right now, across Lafayette Park back to the White House. And, it almost feels, when you watch the president walking through this area, just sort of, retaking this territory where we saw such extraordinary and shocking lawlessness with no police, there were police there, but, no ability in that moment, at least, to stop it. They did stop it later.
Yeah, well, and we've seen this, unfortunately, played out across the country. I'm in Austin, Texas, which is a pretty progressive town, sort of liberal in mind, but many of my friends who are from the left are shocked by the mindless violence that was conducted against our state capitol. People spray painted it. Historic lights around the Capitol were torn down. It was just mindless. And for what purpose? How did that honor the needless death of this man? How does this honor what our country should be striving for? Justice. Why would people engage in this mindless violence except to tear down and destroy, to pit us against each other, to make America angry with itself? I admire the people in Minneapolis. I was talking to a friend of mine this weekend up there who told me about the people who came out to help, clean up the damage, who showed up with
Hey, Mac, don't go anywhere, okay?
And mops and energy and commitment to make their community, to try and heal their community. And God bless them for doing that. That's what we need in this moment. We need the American people to say, look, we cannot allow this moment.
Hey guys, as we see this right here, as we see this right here, this guy is the president of the United States. This is the guy who was able to tally up 61,943,670 votes. Okay, this is the man who won 3,084 counties out of 3,141. I mean, this guy is, what he's doing is crazy.
This is a stunning image.
I can. It's crazy.
Walks by areas that have been denigrated with graffiti that lie right between the White House and St. John's.
Wow, I can't believe this.
And here we are as he walks towards St. John. I also want to point out he's with
Like
the Secretary of
Naruto,
Defense.
believe
Esper.
it.
He's with the Attorney General, William Barr. Jared Kushner is also in this group, as I just saw a moment ago. And they are now walking over to the boarded up doors of St. John's Church, the Church of the
Somebody left a
President.
bicycle over there. He's probably going to take a ride on that bike.
At what has happened. And
Somebody's gonna
this
loot
is
it
just, it's a
Oh,
landmark. This is the yellow building.
Somebody on the
that's
left,
in
yeah.
middle of the screen right now, boarded up on that.
Hey, relax, guys.
And the nursery that go along with this very historic church. And I apologize. I know the camera work is tricky here because they're literally chasing the president as he makes this really, I think, significant moment journey across this park to witness some of this damage that has been done. So we're going to wait till and the president now standing in front of this building of St. John's, Carl.
Martha, look at that. That is that great historic.
God bless America. God, he's holding a Bible, brother. Wow. Wow.
We have a great country. That's my thoughts. Greatest country in the world.
Greatest country.
Did your stream?
God damn
Did your stream just get suspended?
No, I don't think so.
Oh man, really?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Bro, the string got
suspended.
Has been temporary blocked, baby. Temporary block. That's for you guys to see the censorship that we get in social media. God damn it.
How does that happen?
I think it's the Fox video. I think they catch the Fox video.
This is more on the conservative side, so we get blocked by YouTube.
Yeah. So guys, we're gonna be back here tomorrow. So I'm so sorry. I need to clear all that thing now. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Michael, anything else you want to say? There's a couple of people still on the stream. They can still hear you, I think, or see you.
I mean, the only thing I was waiting for the video to finish so that everybody could see and hear everything that happened before. But one thing I just wanted to point out from a history standpoint is that Lafayette Park that they violently cleared out there has a long history of being used for peaceful protests, and the DC Park Police clear that place out peacefully on a routine basis, dozens of times a year. They never do it this way, and there's really it's really hard to come up with an explanation for why they did it this way this time.
So, Michael,
well, I can come up with an explanation, but it's not a good one.
That's okay. We're gonna be doing the same thing tomorrow. If you're down, you can join us if you like.
You're joining, sure. Michael. Yeah, we need you tomorrow too, man.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, anytime.
Download Zoom. Do you know Zoom, the application?
Yeah.
Okay. We get the number to you.
All right.
All right, bye.
To give you a heads up, Michael, neither one of them are ever punctual.
Talk to Diesel. He's the one that was like 2 hours late.
Oh my
you were
gosh.
late too.
God damn it. Let me end the stream.
It looks like the stream's back up.